Hello and welcome everybody to the JJ and Pug Show. It is October 20th, 2025, and we are recording from multiple locations. I'm at the Highland Communities Podcast Studios, and Jason is somewhere.
In my house.
On his house. On his couch. Okay, all right. Well, at least we know where you're at. I thought you were driving for some reason.
I just left the gym, and when you told me to give you 5 more minutes, I was like, oh, okay, perfect. I can get home.
All right, perfect. So, as everybody knows, we said this last couple times, it has been tough to get on a regular schedule just because of life. Part of me was thinking, like, dude, maybe we should just always just say, we're taking the month of October off.
Right. So it's the worst month for me. The 6 weeks of, like, from the last 2 weeks of September all the way through November, I have not had one day off.
Dude, that is brutal. Brutal.
Yeah, it sucks. And
to highlight everybody, to just show how bad this is, Jason didn't even go to the gym for like 3 days.
Yeah, that was the worst. Dude, I feel like such a fatty. It's terrible.
Dude, that right there just highlights how rough it's been. By the way, I'm staring at 2 cases of pre-workout that I told you I was going to give you, and I'm like, he hasn't even been here to get at.
I have not bought any since you told me that. So I've been running on like energy drinks to try to like do a pre-workout, and it's not the same.
No, it's not. It's not. I know for me, like, I did pre-workout when I was on the treadmill, and I would slowly sip it during the hour and a half on the treadmill, right?
Yeah.
But I stopped doing the treadmill because I was wrecking my back on it. And so then I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm just going to drink this. And so I would just, down the 16-ounce can. And, dude, I tell you what, my head would itch so much. It was like the craziest thing to be like, I am itchy because of this. I can't drink this anymore.
There's a certain chemical. It's like the alpha beta line or something like that. I can't remember. I don't know how to pronounce it right.
Yeah.
But if it's got enough of that in it, that's where the tingles come from.
Oh, I'll tell you what, because I never felt it before when I would just sip it over that time on the treadmill. And by the time my workout was ready, I was feeling ready. Like I was good to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just realized, I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm ditching this stuff, and I'm also gonna say I'm actually kind of bummed because that brand, they don't do the Jolly Rancher green apple anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm like, nah. That was really what I was all for.
You're over it.
Yeah. I was like, this other one, it's fine. It tastes fine. It tastes good. I'm not gonna say it's fine, but it's not like, dude, that green apple was it. I loved it. Anyway,
sour.
So tonight, I'm getting on a plane, and I will be gone until next Tuesday. So it's actually kind of good timing that we're getting this in this week, so we don't have to worry about doing 2.
Right. And I'm going Saturday. I'm leaving Saturday till next Friday.
I forgot about that part. Oh, shoot. All right. Well, another 2 weeks, guys. My
vacation.
My sister was in town for my brother's daughter, so my niece got married a couple weeks ago. And my sister was in town, and she's like, hey, just so you know, Rex, shout out to you, Rex, is like a super fanboy. Every day he gets up and checks the Alexa to see if there's a new podcast. And since we've been so like spotty, he's like getting depressed.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. It'll come back, I swear.
Promise. All right, dude. Right off the bat, since it's been a while, we haven't talked about this one bit. How are you feeling about your Cowboys?
Here's the thing. All right. They are literally the most powerful offense in the league right now.
Hard to argue.
Their defense pisses me off. And it's not even their defense. It's their coordinator. Dude, he runs zone 98% of the time, dude. On a 3rd and 14, let's just sit back and let him throw right in the hole, dude. Like any good receiver stops in the middle of the freaking gap. Oh, here we go. I'm 14 yards down the field, and there's a big old gap right here. I'm just going to sit here and wait for the ball. It makes me so mad, dude. He's just so safe. It's gross.
Dude, I think that's all NFL defenses. Because if you notice, like, every single first half of the NFL is tight. Well, I shouldn't say every. I mean, shoot, yesterday there was like a couple 21-0 at half. But by the end of the game, the game is freaking tight. Because suddenly, everybody starts blowing up in points in the fourth quarter. Did you see that Denver game yesterday?
Oh, yeah, that was insane. I almost felt bad. I'm not a Giants fan ever, but, like, I almost felt bad for Jackson Dart. And Scott, they played a heck of a game. It just they got beat, dude. Like, what are you going to do, you know?
And to give up 33 points in the fourth quarter, all the points Denver scored in the fourth quarter. That's horrible collapse.
New York Football Giants, buddy. There you go.
But really, it's like you were saying, dude. It's that safe defense. It's that, we're going to play 2 high safeties and just let everything stay in front of us. Well, then people just move down the field like crazy. That's just all that happens. There isn't.
I guess I'm a risk taker, bro. Like 3rd and 14. Like, okay, well, how about we stack the box and say, okay, I want you to beat me 1-on-1. Dude, we're gonna come at you.
Yes,
you know
I'm sending a safety or the middle linebacker right up the center, and I'm going to make sure that we blow the quarterback up so he doesn't have enough time to be able to pick me apart.
Yeah, that's the thing. The 14 yards is a long time to get downfield to actually play. You need 3 or 4 seconds, to like make the route happen. It's like, bro, you got to it makes me so mad. The Cowboys they won yesterday. Dude, okay, this is what pisses me off too, dude. Is this guy? Did you watch the Cowboy game? I don't watch the game. I watch the Red Zone channel because I have every game going.
Yeah, so I didn't watch the game because here, and I didn't pay for Red Zone this year. I mean, not Red Zone. What is it? Game day.
Ticket?
Yeah, because I was like, dude, last year I did it, and it was really cool to be able to watch every single game. But truth be told, I'm like, I was only partly watching the games, and it just wasn't worth the money to me. So because of that, this year, living in this market, we was the Cardinals. And the Packers game was being shown instead of Commanders Cowboys.
Yeah, and that sucked. But whatever.
Just wait. I haven't gotten into the Cardinals yet.
So they run. They get the ball. The Giants or the Commanders do a great job on a punt. Right? They literally have it on the 1 yard line for the Cowboys, and they run an inside run where they hand the ball off 7 yards deep in the end zone. I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? Like, really? That's the play you're going to call from the 1 yard line? You've got CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, and you're going to freaking run a freaking running play up the middle where it just gets out for a safety, bro. And at that point, I almost threw my remote at the TV. Dude. I was just like, I'm like, here we go. But luckily, they can't. They destroyed them, which is great because I hate the Commanders. But
dude, yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm not a fan of the Commanders either just because, one, okay, listen, I understand. We've talked about this many times. You changed the name. I get it. You picked a horrible name. That's a horrible name. The Commanders. Whatever, dude.
Just go back to the Redskins. That's just not that big of a deal.
Or just pick something else. Like, yeah, I'm with you, but again, I have to I'll peel back on this one and say, listen, I'm not Native American. I have no horse in this race whatsoever. I'm not going to say for or against going back to the name, but I am going to say the name you guys picked, you suck at picking names because that's a horrible name. And it's the same thing with the Cleveland Guardians. What are you guarding, huh? What are you guarding? You're on the Great Lakes. I don't understand the point of the Guardians. What a horrible name.
What would you name the Washington team if you had your pick? What is your name?
Dude, there was one, and this is obviously because I am a World War II fan. There was one that they said the Red Tails, which I was totally I'm down with because that was
Somebody
the fabled, huh?
Somebody would have made that racist too.
Well, that's the point of it. Well, no. Red Tails was a group. It was a black squadron that fought in World War II, and it was only black guys that fought in this air squadron because. Of course, back then, the Army was basically still segregated, almost entirely still segregated. But that's me, my World War II thing. I love World War II stuff. But, I mean, do something that's more I don't know, regionally specific. Call the Appalachians. I don't know. Something like that. Dude, you just
Washington fighter pilots. There you go.
No, that's, something like that. I don't know. The Commanders is just the Commanders of what? I don't know.
Well, the Washington Nationals. That's a terrible name too. Nationals. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I'm going to be with you on that one. I don't think that's really cool at all. I understand that. Listen, the reason why they went with the Nationals is because it's the national capital, Washington D.C. Yeah. But again, super lame name, not cool. And the other thing is when you have a name, and this goes to the Diamondbacks, by the way. I understand the reason why you chose Diamondbacks because it's a rattlesnake in the desert and a diamond on the baseball field and the diamond on the back. I get it. But when you don't ever actually say the name Diamondbacks and you shorten everything to D-backs, if your name requires everybody to shorten what the name is, you need to get a new name. Okay? It's not good. And
what about I
was going to say the other thing that's terrible about the D-backs is everybody always says the Diamondbacks, they call them the D-backs, right? It's how close is that to D-bags? It's too close.
Yeah, it's too close.
It's too close, man. You need to come up with something better than that.
Yeah. I think Washington really missed a boat, bro. We have the Panthers, we have the Jaguars, but we don't have Cougars.
That would have been great.
That would have been awesome. Do an old lady on the freaking helmet. That would have been great.
What's so funny? Oh, never mind. I'm not going to get into that because again, I keep thinking about now the fact that we got a 13-year-old that listens to our podcast religiously.
Okay. He goes to public school, bro. There's nothing we can't say. We'll say that he won't.
I actually don't know if he goes to public school. That's actually a good question. I'll have to ask my sister about that one.
Either way, if it's Ben Franklin,
you go to school.
ALA, it's just as bad.
Yeah. You're in. Actually, he's up in Montana.
Oh, well, maybe different up there.
But. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're all just talking about whatever John Deere tractor showed up. Yeah,
they're talking about taking people to the train station. I think he's fine, bro.
True.
True. Yellowstone.
Yeah. All right. Where were we at? Oh, yeah. So your Cowboys, you're like, okay, offense. And I agree with you. Your offense is freaking elite. And it really is one of those things where it's like, okay, you invested all the money on your offense, too. I mean, Dak, CeeDee Lamb, that's you haven't even paid George Pickens yet.
Bland and freaking Diggs they both signed like $90 million extension crap.
And they're average.
They haven't had one interception. They barely had any kind of pet plays when they've been thrown at. It's just terrible.
No, those are average cornerbacks. And that's not me saying that they're bad. I mean, average, whenever you call someone average, it's suddenly like people think that you're talking crap about them. Like, no, to be average in the NFL, dude, that's a 12-year career. That's amazing, right? That you're really, really good if you're average in the NFL. I'm just saying the money that they're getting, that's difference maker money. That's like that's all pro level money, and they are not that.
No.
And when you're invested that heavily in that kind of money on that side of the ball, and you're not getting all pro results, that screws your cap and tightens the belt on other things.
So sad.
I agree. Anything else you want to say about your team?
I'm hopeful that we beat the Giants. We beat the Commanders. If we can beat Philly the next time we play them at home, we might have a chance at least making the playoffs just because our division sucks.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, you say your division sucks. Like the Commanders without Jaden Daniels, they are going to suck. Like when you have to go to the backup quarterback for an extended period of time, a game, you can scheme around a game. But when it's multiple games, because that hamstring injury is going to be multiple games, you're kind of, you're in a boat without a paddle. Like you're kind of screwed. The Giants are freaking frisky, dude. That's a frisky team, dude. I love Cameron Skattebo, and I love what he is doing to that market. It makes me so happy to see him having so much success.
I'm not a Giants fan, but I do like the way that he is, dude.
Oh,
I gotta respect the game. Bro,
oh yeah, Oh yeah. I can totally dismiss the fact that he's on the Giants because, and I was saying this to my buddy. I'm like, dude, I don't think I've ever been more proud of an ASU graduate. And my dad went there for law school. Look at what Cam Skattebo's doing. Like he is, he is proving to everybody that sometimes in the draft, what they did at the combine really does not matter when you look at the tape on what they did on the field. Like, there are football players and then there are athletes, right? Cameron Skattebo is a football player. That guy is like the essence of old school football, and I love that it's working. I love it.
Well, and they keep saying he's like, oh, he's going to get a concussion. He's never going to sustain. I'm like, you know what's funny is I don't think the defensive backs or the safeties are going to be able to sustain, dude. They're not used to getting hit back anymore.
Yeah. I mean, dude.
Like they're used to just trying to lay a boom or they shoulder check people. Mm-hmm. This dude's like, nope. He's like Mike Allstott, but like shorter, not as big. You know what I mean?
Yes. Dude, I remember I think it was his very first touch in the NFL. It was like a swing pass. He took on 3 dudes, knocked the first guy down, bounced off the second guy, and then the third guy took him down, but Cam ended up on top. Like he was pushing the guy, dude. I'm like, this is great. This is great. And then he had that 3 touchdown performance on Thursday Night Football. Like he's just, I love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm. I'm like I said, I would actually. I would wear I would buy a Cam Skattebo jersey. No, I'll take that back.
No,
when the Giants lose again to the Cowboys, the guy that I bet every year and I'm undefeated with, I'm gonna make him buy me a Skattebo jersey.
Now that is a worthwhile bet.
Yeah, I'll just put it in my closet. I got like a jersey, a whole bunch of jerseys, dude. Emmett, freaking Irvin. I got Deion Sanders, Troy Aikman. Like, Jason Witten's. Like, I got all these jerseys. I'll just throw that in there as well. I got a Aaron Rodgers jersey. Like
that would be funny. That would be the one thing. Like, one of these does not belong with the others. Can you pick it out? Yeah. The blue Cowboys jersey. I mean, the Cowboys jersey and with the one blue Giants jersey.
I know, but it's only, and then if he sucks, I'll just burn it.
I'll tell you what. Even if he does kind of flame out, I'm happy to see the success he's having now. Like, it's just, I love it. I love it so much.
Dude, I just love the way he runs. Like, yes. I'm like, all right, let's bring this back. Like, kids, tune in, kids. This is how you get back. This is how you make it in the NFL if you're undersized a little bit. This is how you get in.
Yes.
You lay the boom on people, dude.
Exactly.
And you run downhill.
Yes. And you don't shy away from contact. When you are the one initiating the contact, and I remember I say this all the time to kids in high school if they're going to be getting ready to play. I'm like, if you initiate the contact, it doesn't hurt. If you kind of try to absorb the contact because you're afraid of it coming, it hurts a lot.
No.
Don't be the guy that absorbs. Be the guy that's dishing it out.
He chucked a Phillies linebacker, dude. When he tried to hit him, he just freaking shoulder checked that dude. He went flying in the out of bounds. You're like, that's just good old school football, man. You can't beat that.
It is. All right. So, okay, you're done with that. I just want to say this about. Do you remember what I said about Kyler Murray at the beginning of the year? What my assessment of him was, where I think he lands as far as great or average or bad?
I think you said average.
Thank you. Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I'm like, I know I said this to somebody. I wanted to make sure it was. And what is happening right now, the 2 games in which we have been starting a backup quarterback in Jacoby Brissett, it has been proven to me Kyler Murray is average at best. He has elite physical skills, crazy arm talent, amazing speed, agility, all the things you want in a freakish athlete. But what Jacoby Brissett is doing with the offense is what a quarterback does. He stands in the pocket, scans the field, throws the ball to the open receiver. And what's crazy to me is Jacoby Brissett is a career backup. He is a backup quarterback, and he's making the offense look good. He's making it look better than when we had our starting guy making $50 million playing. This little whatever foot injury, whatever it is that Kyler Murray's got, he's like Wally pipped him. Not in the way that he's actually going to lose his job. I'm sure he's going to be the starting quarterback the minute he's healthy. But what it has made everybody in the Valley think is Kyler Murray is not that great. He really is. He really does have to. This has got to be it. If he can't make a big step, then he's done. And I'm going to say this. He's not going to make that big step. This is his 7th year in the league. He still has not done those things. And to believe it's just going to magically happen is kind of absurd. I don't know what the Cardinals are going to do. I don't know at what point they can say, all right, we're going to cut this guy because we financially can absorb the cap hit and still be able to function as a team. Because there are certain players, like, dude, there's a reason why the Browns still have not cut. Oh, gosh, why can't I remember his name? You know what I'm talking about? The quarterback that they traded from the Texans, played at Clemson. Deshaun Watson. Yes. There's a reason why they haven't cut him. It's because cutting him would leave such a massive dead cap hit on their books that functioning as a regular team is like impossible. You just got to keep hoping that he's going to turn it around, even though he can't play at all for like another year, I think.
I think I saw the Browns are still paying like 9 quarterbacks on their freaking roster.
I know, dude.
They owe everybody so much money. Like, and it's not a lot with some of them, but they're still paying 9 quarterbacks. I think it was. I'm like, oh my gosh.
That right there is a sign of a really poorly run organization. I don't know what else you could say about that. That's really bad. I don't know, man. I'm in the boat where we're like, listen, if Kyler Murray is our quarterback next year, then I'm just not. The playoffs aren't happening. It's just not. We are going to have some really fun plays. There's going to be some exciting moments, but the team is going to be average at best. And I hope that doesn't come across as a Kyler Murray hater, because I'm not. I'm not a Kyler hater. I have rooted for him a lot. I have had a lot of hope, and I've also had a lot of lost hope. Like, I just don't think he's ever going to take us to the promised land, because the 2 games in which we've watched a backup quarterback play, we actually see a functioning offense look like an NFL offense that actually can convert on third downs, that actually can complete passes to more than just 2 wide receivers. Like, suddenly Zay Jones has shown up. Oh, yeah, I forgot. That guy is a competent NFL wide receiver because Kyler Murray's not the quarterback. Like, that's a big problem. When you have other receivers that suddenly step up and are seen and visible, it's not because they weren't playing before. It's because the guy throwing the ball wasn't looking their way ever. He was looking at Marvin Harrison Jr. or Trey McBride. And that's really it. Sometimes to Michael Wilson. Like, and I don't know how much of it you have to put on the height, because Drew Brees was an insanely successful passer, and he only had like an inch and a half on Kyler Murray, right? Drew Brees was like 6 feet tall. Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl and was seconds away from winning another one if the coach calls a running play to Marshawn freaking Lynch in the backfield. And he's the same size as Kyler Murray. I don't know how much I actually can put in size. I don't know how much of that is actually something I can like believe, because I've seen too many guys of similar size have good success. But whatever it is with Kyler Murray, I think it has to do with the fact that he has relied on his athleticism his entire career, like going back from high school to college to the NFL, that you just can't do that and be a competent quarterback. I mean, Michael Vick was probably the most athletic guy ever, and did he ever win? No, he didn't win. No. He was exciting to watch, but they didn't win anything with Michael Vick.
And he was way better than Kyler was.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I actually don't know if I'd say that. He was probably more physically gifted, but I don't know if I'd say he was better.
You know why he was better?
Why?
Because he was taller.
He was only like 2 inches taller. Michael Vick was like 6 feet tall.
That's still pretty dang tall for the NFL, like compared to Kyler Murray. That's his problem. I've always said he's average, and the problem is because of his height. Like when you've got linemen that are 6'6" and you're 5'10", you're not going to be able to complete passes. It is what it is.
But dude, how do you explain Russell Wilson? Russell Wilson's the exact same size.
Scrambling quarterback. They designed an offense around him, and I think he's better. I think Russell Wilson's just better.
No, he is, but that's my point. Like, how do you explain Russell Wilson's success when he's the exact same size? Now, other than him he's a better passer of the ball. Like,
and maybe that's just it. Like, I feel like Kyler Murray throws the ball and closes his eyes.
That definitely looks like that sometimes, where he just flings it and turns. Like, there's a lot of plays like that.
And you know what I'll tell you is I think Russell Wilson's more of a student. And what I mean is I think he knew so much of where his guys should be when he threw the ball that like he put in the work. Because Kyler Murray's it doesn't seem like – I feel like he's kind of lazy. And I may be wrong, right? Mm-hmm. But I feel like he doesn't put the work in like Tom Brady's and the Peyton Mannings and these guys that studied film so much and they ran routes with their guys so much that it was their job, right? Mm-hmm. Like Russell Wilson, I feel like was one of those guys when he was good, not now because he's terrible.
He's washed now.
Yeah, he's just washed up. But when I feel like he knew, okay, hey, DK Metcalf is going to be right here. Like I have to see that area to throw the ball right there because he's – or what was his other? He had another real good running back, receiver, and I can't remember his name to save my life. But
Golden Tate was one of them up there.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like those are guys you're like, I feel like Nate Baldwin. Just put the work in. Yeah, I feel like they just put the work in more so. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I've never been a Kyler Murray like fanatic. I think he's extremely gifted athletically. I think he's got a lot of he's very quick, he's fast, but I don't know, dude. He'd be like I don't know. Tim Tebow would have been better. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
I can say this with so much confidence. Tim Tebow would not have been better. Tebow could not throw the ball for crap.
Gosh, I know. I just wanted him to be so good.
Yeah,
he did good. I just liked him so much. I'm like, come on.
He was definitely one of those guys a lot of people rooted for. But I'll be honest, I never rooted for him. He got drafted to the Broncos when my brother-in-law was playing for the team, and I was upset. I was like, what a wasted draft pick because I knew he wasn't going to be good. He was the quintessential college quarterback. He succeeds in this system, but that system does not translate to the NFL. And that system, I'm saying the same thing about Kyler Murray right now, though. Kyler Murray succeeded and excelled, won the Heisman Trophy in college playing this system. And so far, that system does not translate to the NFL. He's had one winning season with Cliff Kingsbury. And that one winning season started off on absolute fire, collapsed, and ended in the most embarrassing playoff performance I've ever watched. So what's that say? I don't know. And this is all like my criticism to say it is on Kyler Murray to prove us wrong. I have given him a lot of leash, and it is on him to prove all of us that are saying this wrong. It is not on me to give him any more leash. I've given it to him for 7 years or 6 years. And this 7th year, if you cannot prove that you are worth being paid top tier quarterback money, the team needs to cut and run. Like that's it. It's over with. And if he goes on and let's say he goes and he plays in San Francisco, it's not going to happen, but I get heard this all the time. You don't think he's going to go to another team and have success? Maybe he will. I'm not saying he won't. Maybe he goes to another team and turns out to be a Sam Darnold who just needed to get out of the New York Jets organization. Maybe he becomes a Baker Mayfield who needed to get away from the Cleveland Browns and suddenly is the greatest quarterback that we've ever seen in the NFL with the Buccaneers. I'm obviously a lot hyperbole there, but he's legitimately an MVP candidate by the way he's been playing with the Buccaneers. I'd be so happy if that happened for Kyler because then he would be able to prove everybody wrong. I love seeing guys be able to do that. I love it. I love those comeback stories. I love the career resurrections, but it's not going to happen here in Arizona. It's at that point where unless he can do it this year, it's not going to happen.
I agree.
There we go. We didn't even talk about these things. I was going to say let's talk about the Brian Branch Cheap Shot, but I don't even care.
Here's the thing. I think Dan Campbell, is that his name, right?
Yeah, coach.
That's not who we play for. That's not how we play. It'll be dealt with, and I believe he's that kind of guy. Like
I believe it too.
It was a cheap shot, and I don't, dude. Cheap shots to me are just too much. Like football's a very emotional, physical game, and I get it. But when that whistle blows, it's over, right? Yeah. And I know in the NFL, like they get away with a lot more chipper. Like I don't like the way some of the guys talk so much. Like when they make one play, they act like they just did something for the first time ever.
Yeah.
My old coach used to have a saying when we'd score and then we'd celebrate it too much. He'd be like, act like you've been here before. Like, don't act like it's your first time, right? And I feel like every time now, the new thing that pisses me off with celebrations, with defenses, when they get some kind of interception, they run all the way down to the end zone and find a camera and pose in front of it. Like, I'm like, stop, just walk off the field.
This is definitely you showing your old man side, dude, because I love it. I love it, dude.
It drives me crazy, dude. I'm like, I don't know. I guess it's just like showboating too much. Like, you're in the NFL. If you can't make that interception, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, you're right about that. You're right about
what
that.
What are you celebrating for? Like, I get being emotional, like celebrate, like be happy. But taking the entire other 10 guys down there who did nothing during that play and like laying in front of a camera, it's like, listen, you boys are idiots.
See, I love it but I've been consistent on this, dude. I love it because this is entertainment. Be entertaining. Have fun. Show emotion.
No.
That's what I'm all about.
When T.O. grabbed popcorn and ate it.
Love it.
When he pulled out the cell phone. That's entertaining.
Right? Yeah, when we pull the Sharpie out of the stock.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's entertaining. Not taking the whole team down just to kind of pose in front of a camera when they're all excited. It's like, I get it, but let the one guy celebrate maybe, or get him like a turnover chain. Like, I love the turnover necklace chain.
Yeah, they do in college.
Like that's cool. But the NFL, they want to go down and find a camera, and it's like, dude, nobody even knows who your guys' names are. Like, they only know your name. Like, you know what I mean? If you're not
Jason,
J.J. Watt, T.J. Watt.
That's their way to get the people to know their name. They got to get in front of the camera. I don't care. I take it or leave it. I don't care. I enjoy it. If it went away, I wouldn't be bummed.
No. And I don't think they should be penalized for it, though, either.
No,
Does that make sense? I think it's that crap, I just swore. Sorry. But
now I have to write that down. Dang it. We were going clean.
I know. I think that it's terrible that these guys get flagged for, like, celebrating. Like, it's emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why can't I get up and, like, I get taunting to an extent.
I don't.
But if I tackle you and I get up and I'm like, yeah, baby, like as I'm running away, yeah, well, I want him to think about it the next time he makes that turn. Am I going to be there again,
Dude, for me, I want the trash talk. I want the taunting. The fact that the NFL feels like they need to, like, crack down on that, I'm like, dude, these are grown men playing a physical game. Let them show some emotion, right? Now, There is a line that can be crossed. I fully understand that. Like Brian Branch did, punching a guy in the face. Like, listen, that's a line crossed. But if you are going to throw a flag because someone's crap talking, dude, come on. Sack up. Like, that is no hands were thrown. The guy's using his mouth. He's getting into the other guy's head. One of the greatest to ever do it was Michael Irvin, right? Let him have it. Like, I don't care if they're running their mouth. Now, if they're, like, threatening actual violence against their family, that's one thing. But, like, at the same time, if you're talking about how this guy can't guard me because he's too small, cool. Do it all game long. I don't care. Rub it in his face every single time you get a catch. Cam Scatterbo, rub it in that guy's face every single time you take down a 280-pound defensive end on a crack block, right? Did you see that one? It was a couple weeks ago, dude.
Yeah.
It was against the Eagles, right? Like, yes. Run it in that guy's face that you can't touch me. That's what it's all about. And if you don't want to talk, don't talk. Like, and you want your game to play and show your voice, that's cool by me too. I just think it's so dumb the NFL's cracking down on it. I think it's elementary. Like this, that's the kind of stuff that you crack down in high school and junior high on, right? Because now, like, listen, we're trying to be, sportsmen or whatever. When you get to the pros, screw sportsmanship. I don't care anymore.
Right.
I mean, I know I'm kind of joking. I don't mean that really. Like, I do care to some extent. But
to an extent, yeah. But you're being a little facetious, but at the same time, you're right. Like, they shouldn't matter, right? Like, have a little fun with it. These guys are they're at the peak of their careers. Like
Yes.
they can't go any higher. Let them celebrate because they just took. When Cam Scadaboo runs that linebacker over, he should be able to get up and be like, "What now?" You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like,
And
right
step
in the face,
over him.
Like what? Now I don't think punching and hitting and all that stuff. No,
Right.
But talk is talk.
Yeah. I especially see that when it comes to like punching and hitting, you're playing football. The very next play is your chance to hit that guy. Like, that's what the game is. You don't need to be swinging your arms at a guy. Like, that's dumb. You have a chance every 45 seconds, basically, is what the play clock is. About every 40 seconds, you have a chance to show that guy that you're better than him, right? You don't have to do it with, punching him and taking cheap shots. So that's how I feel about that. All the way back to this quarterback conversation we were having earlier about Kyler Murray and how Jacoby Brissett's showing us what a functional offense looks like. Dude, Joe Flacco is becoming that guy that needs to be designated all-time quarterback for any team that loses their quarterback.
He's Ryan Fitzpatrick 2.0. Yeah.
Oh, he's better than Ryan Fitzpatrick. And I'm saying that because Joe Flacco's showing up on a team in the middle of the season and blowing up the offense. Remember when he did this with the Browns a couple years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he showed up in Cleveland.
He was at his mom's house on the couch, and they called him and like, "Hey, bro, we need a quarterback." All right,
cool. I'll come and throw for 400 yards tonight. Like, what?
All right, I got you. What's the pay? You know what? I guess I got nothing else going on.
Exactly. I've been throwing the football with my dad in the park. I guess I could do this. Like, oh my gosh. And then what he did the other night for the Bengals. Oh my gosh, dude. I am a Steelers fan. And I have to admit, me and my son were watching that game, and I can't remember what it was. There was a play that happened where I was just disgusted with the Steelers' defense. I'm like, you spend how much money on this defense, and your defense is terrible. And at that point, I just, out of anger, I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm rooting for the Bengals. And I was so happy for the rest of the night because Joe Flacco went out there and just decimated the Steelers' defense. And Jamar Chase finally, I think it was the Joe Flacco said at the end of the game, he's like, I don't know how Jamar Chase isn't going off every night. Just throw the guy the ball. Like, it's like, he's open. Throw him the ball. It's like, dude, I texted my buddy Joe, also funny, his name's Joe. I was like, I think I'm falling in love with Joe Flacco. And his response is like, at this point in his career, how could you not? Like,
seriously.
Guy just showed up in the middle of the week from a trade from the Browns to the Bengals and goes to that week where, all right, we didn't have a full week of practice. I think it was a short week of the Thursday night game, right? And he goes and he beats the Steelers, the guys leading the AFC North, which that division's actually starting to become a bit of a joke. They're like becoming the new AFC South. With the Ravens, I think the Ravens only got one win. And
yeah, they kind of fell off, dude. How are you falling off? Well, Lamar Jackson's hurt.
He's hurt.
So.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson's hurt, but the defense can't stop anybody. Like, a conference, or excuse me, a division that was known for defense, aside from the Bengals. I don't remember a time in which the Bengals were really known for defense. But, like, the Browns had a really good defense. The Steelers have always been known for defense. And the Ravens, that is their, like, that's their culture, right? And none of those teams are stopping anybody except for the Browns still, but the Browns can't score, so it doesn't matter.
The Browns. Didn't they just beat the freaking Dolphins?
Yeah, but the Dolphins also can't beat anybody either. The Dolphins are...
Well, they sat what's-his-face and put in that Ewers, that Texas kid from... that Texas
they sat Tua?
Yeah, they sat Tua and put in that too.
Yeah, well, you know, it's I think Tua's in the same boat right now that Kyler is. It's like, at this point, if you can't do it, what are we waiting on? Like, Kyler's got one more year in the league than Tua does, but Tua has had far less success than Kyler has, and that's saying something. Not to mention the fact that Tua's got all the concussion problems you got to worry about with that guy. You got to be constantly on guard. Like, okay, is he hurt? Is he healthy? Can we do this? Should he do this? I mean, he's had some of those visceral-looking concussions where, like, the whole entire nation's wondering what happened to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think the Dolphins, at this point, and I have a buddy who's a hardcore Dolphins fan. I'd be interested to get his take. I really think that the Dolphins should just say, you know what? We're blowing it up. Coach is gone. GM's gone. Quarterback's gone. And, you know, Tyreek Hill's gone. I mean, who knows if he can ever play again from that knee injury. It's time to blow it up and just like, hey, you know what? We need a hard reset here because this didn't work and it's not working now. Glad I'm not a Dolphins fan. That's all I can say. For all you Dolphins fans out there, I'm glad I'm not you. And I'm a Cardinals fan. I'm a Cardinals fan saying that. Okay, we have to talk about this. Quite possibly the greatest sports performance of all time was when Shohei Ohtani in Game 4 of the National League Championship Series against the Brewers, the deciding game. If they win this game, it's a sweep. The Brewers are out. Went out there, and he pitched 6 shutout innings, struck out 10 Brewers. Oh, and by the way, on the offensive side, hit 3 home runs on the game.
One of which was a massive bomb, dude.
It ended up in the parking lot.
It was like 480 yards or something.
Dude, feet. Yeah, not yards. If it was 480 yards, I mean, that's like, now we're checking him for freaking
feet.
steroids.
Yeah, feet.
But, dude, it landed on the roof of the concourse and bounced out of the stadium. I was blown away. And to really highlight this, and not many people truly understand how big a deal that is, that's in Los Angeles at night. Los Angeles, California is known for a hard place to hit a lot of home runs because of heavy air, especially at night, heavy air. It's sea level, so there's lots of humidity in the air. The ball does not travel as far or as high as it does in other stadiums like Arizona. We are a pretty hitter-friendly park, but Colorado is a prime example. It's the most hitter-friendly park because they're at, mile high, super thin air up there. Nothing stopping the ball from carrying out of the ballpark. In LA, Shohei Ohtani did that. I have never been more shocked and surprised by what a athlete could do than as short of the World Series. That's the National Championship Series. It's the final series before the World Series. Like, the team they beat were the Brewers, the team that had the best record in baseball all year long. And they swept them, which is, again, stupid because I hate the freaking Dodgers. But I cannot sit back and say that what Shohei did was not unbelievable. It was straight up video game level stuff.
Yeah, he put himself on the map even more so. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, even more so. He was already there, but now it's like, I would really want someone to come to me and truly argue the greatest baseball of our time. And if they try and say anybody other than Shohei, I'm like, you're wrong. You're just wrong.
Yeah. You just got to respect the game at this point, dude. Like, it is what it is. Like, I don't know how, because he's a giant Asian guy, like something you don't see every day.
I know, you never see it. Him and Yao Ming.
Yeah, and I mean, Yao Ming was good, but he wasn't like Shohei Ohtani for basketball. You know what I mean? He was just 7'4" or whatever he was, and just a big dude.
Yeah,
that's great. But Ohtani's just, the fact that he's a pitcher and hits the ball the way he does is what makes him Babe Ruth-esque, and I think he's going to be better. He'll go down as better.
In my book, he's already better than Babe Ruth because Babe Ruth didn't pitch near as long as Shohei did. And when Babe Ruth stopped pitching, he just went straight to first base. And yeah, greatest hitter, yes. But I don't know that, but Babe Ruth also completely changed the game because hitting home runs, nobody did it prior to Babe Ruth. That just wasn't a thing. And then Babe Ruth comes out there and smacks 60, and it's like, oh, shoot, check it out. We can actually change the game this way. It's completely different. But Shohei hits 50 home runs. I think he's hit 50 home runs in 3 straight seasons, which is an incredible feat in its own. And not to mention, he also started pitching again this year because last year he had to take the year off because of a UCL injury. This year he's back pitching again, strikes out 6 or 10 in 6 innings and shutout innings. It's unfair. You couldn't even create this guy in a video game when I was growing up because it was so unbelievable. Even a video game said you couldn't be the best hitter and the best pitcher in the game. That's not possible.
Like, now they're going to have to change MLB.
Yeah, now the next video game iteration is going to be completely different. Like, hey, you know what? You can max out both sides of your stat columns. Ugh. It made me wonder, though, what do you remember? And this is cold, by the way. We haven't done any research on this. What are the greatest performances you remember watching?
Like, just of any sport?
Any sport. Like, you're just watching this like, oh my gosh, that was unbelievable. I cannot believe what I just saw.
The first thing that comes to mind, which is weird, is the Ray Allen 3-pointer.
Oh, against the for the Heat?
Yeah.
That clutch shot.
Just unreal. Like, I cannot believe that just happened. You know what I mean? Like, holy crap.
Yeah.
It was a great time. I don't know, dude. There's a handful of things, dude. Like, just other, just to narrow it down to like Shohei Ohtani's in that conversation now, unfortunately. I don't even like baseball.
Yeah. Yeah, right. He's in there for me. He absolutely is in there for me. It might be, there's a lot of people asking the question, is the greatest playoff performance of all time? And for me, it's like, I can't think of a time in which I thought there was one that did better. The only thing you could say was, I want to say, was Don Larson in the 50s threw a perfect game in the World Series. So, I mean, that's pretty hard to top. But Don Larson didn't also hit 3 home runs on the other side of the plate, right? Like, I'm almost positive it was Don Larson. I'm getting that one. I might be getting that mixed up with some other Yankee pitcher, but the point remains, there's a guy that hit through a World Series complete game.
Tiger Woods in the Masters, bro. When he comes back from the Masters down, I don't know, whatever shots, and he just makes an incredible chip out of the bunker, I think, dude.
Was that like 2022?
Down the hill. No, it was way when he was younger.
Oh, okay. Wait. I thought you were talking about the one where he came back and won the Masters.
No, that too. That was great. But that's what I'm saying. Tiger Woods got a lot of it. Bubba Watson in the Masters, bro. He hit this shot one time. Like, it must have been like a 90-degree hook shot somehow, bro, with a golf ball to get back on the green. It was unbelievable. Like, unbelievable. And if you don't golf, you don't get it, right?
No, I don't. But here's the thing, though. I don't golf, but I can appreciate the shots that guys make. Like, I can look at them and say, that is it's truly unfathomable to me to think somebody could do that.
Yeah, it's what those guys do is how they're able to manipulate the club face with their hands and stuff the way they. Or Phil Mickelson, did you see the last thing he did where he hit a ball that he had to stand in the bunker. The ball was above was about waist high, okay, and it's on the grass part outside of the bunker, and the pin is behind him, bro, behind him, and he hits the ball over his head, lands on the green, and it rolls in the hole. You need to YouTube that shot. Unbelievable.
You'll have to send it to me, dude. You have to send that one to me. Because I don't even know, like, how would I even search that one up?
Phil Mickelson, greatest shot ever. It's going to come up, no problem. I'm going to send it to you.
So the thing is, I was trying to think, okay, greatest performance I've ever seen. I mean, obviously, there had to have been a couple Michael Jordan performances I witnessed. Oh, yeah. I don't remember any specific one. I just remember every single time in the finals being like, this guy's unstoppable. And I remember being pissed, even as a young 7-year-old, or almost 7 years old, the 93 season when we lost it, I remember being like, why can nobody stop Michael Jordan? Like, I was blown away at 6 years old. Like, how come nobody can stop him? Oh, I'll come get him.
She's unbelievable.
I was just told him my baby's crying, so I probably got to go. You know what? I do got to go. We'll talk about, hey, you know what? We'll call you on your golf trip.
Yeah, I might be able, there's a little bit of a time difference, but I mean, we can try to make something work for sure.
We'll try to do that.
We'll be at a condo, so it should be fun. So okay. I think we can make it work.
Sounds good, dude. All right. Well, don't breathe.
Breathe.
The JJ and Pug Show theme song was written, composed, and performed by Lane Hartman. Special thanks to Highland Communities for all the support given to our show. You can find the JJ and Pug Show podcast wherever you do listen to podcasts. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Remember to share the show with your friends and family and subscribe wherever you do listen. If you're able to, please feel free to support us by sending a donation to us by going to ko-fi.com/the JJ and Pug Show. That is ko-fi.com/the JJ and Pug Show. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for all the support, whether that is by simply listening, whether that is sharing it with a friend, or giving us that sweet, sweet cash. We truly appreciate it all. Thank you so much.